This episode is brought to you by Anchor.fm. If you haven't heard of Anchor, you should definitely check them out. It's a super easy tool that anyone can use to create and distribute their podcast. It has everything you need, and you can do it all from your computer or even your phone. Need your podcast cover art? There's a tool. Music and sound effects? They have you covered. Want to record on the fly? It's easy with the app. Now you may be saying to yourself, I already have a podcast. No worries, just create your account, upload, and publish to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Looking for some walking around money? Anchor connects you with advertisers who match your brand. It's a one-stop shop for all of your podcasting needs. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started. All right, and welcome to a special Thanksgiving edition of BizQuick. I'm Corey.
And I'm Julie.
And I'm Mark.
And today we're going to talk about football and food.
We're also going to talk about family and friends.
And Favre.
That was so scripted. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, we're going to do a special edition today of our podcast. This one is all about things that we love, which is football, gambling, and side dishes. And just a little note, Mark is our secret weapon. Corey and I may or may not, but probably may, have an affinity for gambling. And Mark has that same affinity, but he just happens to be better at it than we are. So we use him.
And so today we are going to go through the 3 Thanksgiving games. We're going to give you our synopsis, our analysis, and hopefully give you 3 winners for Thursday. If you're into gambling, today's your podcast.
Yeah. And if you like cranberries, today's your podcast. All right.
So let's jump into it. Mark, let's talk about game number 1. Traditionally, it is always Detroit. So we got Houston at Detroit. Detroit is favored, getting 3 points. They are the 3-point underdogs. What are you thinking there?
I think you get some value with Detroit actually. There, I would definitely. I'm going to side with Detroit on that game. I don't think Houston's very good. Yeah, I don't think they're as good as what they were last week.
Wow, I'm looking at the Thanksgiving Day schedule, and I'm just thinking to myself, those first 2 games are crap. Houston at Detroit and Washington at Dallas. Wow.
I'm not really excited about any of the games, and I'm a Steelers fan. Just looking at everything, I mean, we've got Houston with a 3-7 record, Detroit 4-6. They're against the spread records match what their actual records are.
Oh, really?
So they are not good against the spread, and they are not good, period. And it's going to be tough with all of these games. I mean, normally, Detroit and Dallas have that home field advantage on Thanksgiving because, that's like a traditional game for them since it's always played at home. But without much of a home team, I don't know if that's going to factor in this year.
Right. There's no crowd, right? So there's
little to no crowd.
Yeah. So there's the home games are so meaningless this year. But I'm with Mark. I actually like Detroit, and I think there's some value there. I can't believe they're home dogs against Houston, in all honesty. I don't know how that's happening. That has to be an overvalue on Houston from last week. They beat the Patriots, right?
I think that's what it is because they beat the Patriots that they're getting.
They beat the Patriots in Carolina. Yeah. Skunked them.
Skunked Houston?
Detroit.
Skunked Detroit.
Oh, okay, sure. That makes sense. But when you look at, I mean, the Patriots are terrible this year. I want to go on record as saying that one more time. The Patriots are terrible this year. So I might say it again. The Patriots are terrible this year.
And you know who's not looking very good either? Tom Brady. Eat it.
So listen, I don't want to talk bad about Tom Brady. Go Blue. But
I will.
The Patriots are terrible this year. And I don't really know how that could have garnered Houston as a 3-point favorite at all.
Yeah, I don't know either. And I think that I'm on board as well with Detroit as a 3-point favorite. I'll take the points there.
3-point dog.
Yeah, 3-point dog. Sorry. I'll take the points.
What's the total on that game? Do we know?
It is.
We should talk totals too.
As of right now.
Oh, by the way, we should probably let everybody know what we're using for the lines, and we are using Action Network is the lines that we're using. And so for the Houston Detroit line, the total is 51.5 is what it's sitting at right now.
And
it opened at 52.
And if anybody at Action Network wants to reach out to us, we'd love to chat.
Yeah, Chad Millman, we'd love to chat. So 51.5, and I kind of like the under.
I'm the other way.
You really like the over?
I'm on the over as well. I think that it's well, from everything that I've seen so far, both teams have been pretty bad about hitting the over on the totals. But I feel like, it's a Thursday game, it's a Thanksgiving game. That's something special about it. I think that we're going to see a kind of a shootout. Isn't
the Thursday game the reason that you kind of want the under, because they haven't had that much rest, so they're a little bit.
But it's not your Thursday night game. It's the Thanksgiving Day game. Like this, they're like
so even less rest.
No, everybody's yeah, by like 6 hours. Everybody's a little excited though. Like I think there's just a little more magic in the air, and they're gonna bring it.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, so we got 3 for Detroit. 1 under and 2 overs, huh?
Yeah, 1 under, 2 overs. All right, let's move on to, before we move on to the next game, let's just take a little, quick pivot and talk side dishes. Like, look, everybody knows the turkey is the main event, but what side are you like? What side are you angry about if by the time it makes its way around you, it's empty?
That's cranberries for me, for sure.
No, are you talking like cranberries out of a can that are slimy and sliced?
Not so much, but I'll eat them.
Okay.
I'm not much of a sweets guy. Sorry, Mark. I thought you were going to keep going. Yeah, I'm not much of a sweets guy, so cranberries are just off the menu for me in general, as are sweet potatoes, especially the ones that have the marshmallows on top. Why the fuck are marshmallows included? Let's go back and ask the pilgrims how many marshmallows. All right. For me, like in all honesty, any side that is empty by the time it gets to me, I'm angry about.
Any
side, because that's I'm not a big turkey fan. It's all about the sides for me. So I want a little taste of everything minus some cranberries. I'll put a little on there, but yeah, any side. So if you're not preparing enough sides for the entire group, then that's going to piss me off.
Yeah, I am going to say that for me, the side that I'll be the most angry about, definitely stuffing. Oh my God. I love me some stuffing, but I love stuffing with cranberries. So I want the stuffing. And I want to also talk later about if it's called stuffing or dressing. And I want to know about Mark's favorite stuffing memory.
Yeah, well.
Which sounds weird, but.
Not that type of podcast, Julie.
True. It is not that type of a podcast, but we'll save that story for the next break. Let's move on to Washington at Dallas, where Dallas is a 3-point favorite. Corey, what are you thinking?
Well, I think the entire NFC East needs to just get burned down and rebuilt. All of the teams are less than 500 right now. They're all disappointing. Dallas is on their 4th or 5th quarterback.
7th, I think.
I have no idea.
Me neither.
They're just every week it's a new quarterback.
Did they have the Red Rider or something in there right now?
They do.
Is that what his nickname is?
Andy Dalton, Red
Rifle.
Rifle, yeah. I once heard somebody on an actual game refer to him as the Red Rocket, which is a totally different thing.
Isn't that a dog's?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well. Now it is that kind of podcast.
Yeah. So I think I hate this game just because I hate Washington and Dallas, just in general. I don't understand why Dallas is getting points in this game. Both teams are terrible. Dallas is on like their 18th quarterback, and the only guess I have is because they had that win over Minnesota last week. But they're not looking good. Washington, on the other hand, has been able to cover. They've been doing okay this year, but again, I'm not excited about this game. I'm going to do a slight lean to Washington, but
The only thing I like about Washington is the fact that their name is now football team.
yeah.
That is it. That's all I like about them. And I'm not going to lie. I did cheer for Alex Smith on his return, on that bum leg. It was nice to see him come out and play. And
Didn't he get injured too?
I think he got hit again, but I'm not sure actually, which sounds terrible. Here we are talking about.
No, I think he's good.
I think he's starting, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
he is starting.
Yeah. I don't trust Dallas, and mostly I don't trust Dallas because their coach is just awful. I don't know how they could have actually downgraded from what they had before, but they somehow managed to do it. They managed to downgrade from Jason Garrett when they got
Mike McCarthy.
McCarthy?
Yes.
Yes, they did. It looks like he hasn't changed any of the schemes that he had when he was with the Packers. So he's still playing the same way, coaching the same way. I would take Washington on the money line here. I think Washington wins outright. That is my like hot dog play of the week is Washington on the money line to win.
So many other types of food to choose from.
I know, and I don't know why hot dogs. I was going to say big balls play of the week, but
it could have been like big turkey or something relevant to what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, can we cut that out and I'll say
No.
it? Oh, okay.
No.
All right. So listen, that is my cranberry pick of the week. And I do have one more thing to say about just the NFL in general. The Patriots suck this year.
All right.
Mark, what are you thinking on this game?
I am with you with Washington. I think they do win outright. I think Alex Smith, he actually looked pretty good last week. I know it was against the Bengals, but he did look good.
Yeah, well, it's not hard to look good against the Bengals.
No.
Well, you want to talk the total?
Let's do it.
So total on this game is 46. Again, we're getting our numbers from the Action Network. So 40. I don't know why I'm plugging them like they're like paying us ad dollars, but I'm plugging them.
But if you're listening, Action Network,
Chad Millman, call us. 46 is the total on that game. And in this instance, I like the over.
I agree. I also will take the over.
I'm gonna go against y'all. I don't think, for the opposite reasons that I had the last time, I don't see this. Both lackluster teams. This is a big rivalry. They're always gunning for each other. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to take the under.
Is this one where you also think because they're playing on a short week that it's a?
No, there's just no magic with Washington or Dallas. So.
But Houston and Detroit have magic. Okay, yeah, that makes total and complete sense.
So we've got 2 people for the money line, 1 for the taking the points, 2 overs and 1 under.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go back to side dishes really quick. Yeah. So what you got? What's your
my all-time favorite, and this just the versatility of it, mashed potatoes. It goes with everything. You can't beat mashed potatoes. Period.
Mark, Corey and I had a conversation earlier today about mashed potatoes and how you could turn them into a sandwich. And he said erroneous. And I said, I bet any money Mark's had a potato sandwich at some point in his life.
Yeah, but there was meat on it too.
Sure.
Some roast beef or something on there. Not so much turkey, but.
But it was mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've done that.
I mean, by definition,
I wouldn't call it a full on sandwich. I would call it an open face because there was only one
Okay.
piece of bread.
Okay. All right.
I knew. Was there also gravy on top of it?
Oh, well, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew it was coming as soon.
I'm gonna allow that one. And by definition, a sandwich is literally anything in between two edible vessels. So that could be bread, it could be pancakes. KFC did pieces of fried chicken. So I mean, it's anything that's literally sandwiched in between two things. So yes, that is a sandwich. I'm saying that you shouldn't put potatoes in a sandwich. There's enough going on in there. Your open face turkey dinner, roast beef dinner, whatever that was, sounds delicious, but something that you're picking up and trying to eat, like a sandwich to me, like I can eat while I'm driving a car, and you can't.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that with this because it's sloppy.
All right, so your all-time favorite is mashed potatoes with
winner.
gravy.
Yeah, gravy's a condiment. It's not a side.
All right. How about you, Mark? What's your all-time favorite side? Thanksgiving side.
Does pie count?
Sure. Yes.
If you're allowed to put it on the same plate as your turkey, then yes.
Pecan pie.
Interesting choice. My all-time favorite side, Jell-O. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. It's not Jell-O. It's not Jell-O. But do you remember that green Jell-O that we used to have all the time when we were growing up, Mark?
Was it Jell-O or jelly?
Absolutely.
Jell-O.
Absolutely. It had fruit in it too.
It was like green Jell-O, and it had cottage cheese in it, whipped cream, and pineapple, and cherries.
Yes.
It was almost like a Jell-O casserole.
It was so good.
Yes, you're right, the Midwest. But I would say my all-time favorite side for Thanksgiving, cranberries. Cranberries or stuffing, one of the two. Like I love them. I love them a lot. I also love dinner rolls.
Dinner rolls are delicious.
Yeah.
Like especially if they're like super buttery on the outside.
Yeah,
like,
and they're warm still.
Yeah,
and that's good. And then you just put a little stuffing and cranberries in there and some turkey and make a little mashed up sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Now we're cooking.
Yeah. I want to go back to the crazy Midwest sides for Easter this year. My sister-in-law is from the Midwest, and well, her family is. She's technically from there, but we had glorified rice, which is a sweet rice dish with like marshmallows and like the canned tangerines and like all this other stuff in there. And I was like, this isn't.
Is there actual rice in it?
No, and rice. Yeah, rice is in there as well. I don't know where that came from. And she was talking about like this year for Thanksgiving doing a side dish, and I said, why don't you go grab my oldest nephew, her oldest son. He's 4. You're like, why don't you grab him and have him pick 3 things out of the pantry and 3 things out of the refrigerator and just throw them in a bowl and just call it Dakota salad. She did not find that as funny as I did.
We never had do we have weird hot dishes for holidays?
Maybe weird to other people. I don't know.
I don't remember that. I don't remember Mom as being a big hot dish maker other than that 3 bean with ketchup and brown sugar and hamburger. Remember that?
Yeah.
God, we used to have that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but it sounds like my nephew made that.
Yes. Also sounds like me trying to make meatballs tonight. Today I was cooking some meatballs, and they're frozen, pre-made, because I'm not really the best meatball maker, but I really like meatballs. And so I'm like, I'm going to make some in the crock pot. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what to put in there with them. And I didn't have my tomato sauce. So I put in some beef broth and some ketchup and some mustard and some hot sauce. And I thought, that's good enough. That's good enough. And then later Corey was like, put some vinegar and some brown sugar in there. It actually turned out pretty good.
You got to make a proper barbecue sauce.
Yes, they were delicious.
We're going to take a quick break to have Chad from Munster Milling give you some information on special deals for you, our listeners, for Black Friday.
Hey guys, Chad with Munster here. And if you don't know about us, we're a fourth-generation family-owned dog food company out of Munster, Texas. We've been making dog food for 4 generations here. We care about your pets, we know your pets, and we can feed your pets. Go to munstermilling.com. We've got some Black Friday specials going on right now. We've got doorbusters that start on Thursday and end Friday morning, and we'll have deals running all week long. We'll have small business and Cyber Monday deals. Go to munstermilling.com to check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Chad.
All right, game 3.
Yeah.
We've got Baltimore at Pittsburgh. This is the night game. This is the big rivalry. Pittsburgh is a 5-point favorite.
What you got, Mark?
Pittsburgh easily covers.
Pittsburgh? Why Pittsburgh?
They're undefeated, first of all. I've picked them I think I've picked them every game this year, and they've covered most of them. I think they've only, once or twice they haven't covered? Corey?
Yeah, I believe it's twice. They are 8-2 against the spread.
And Baltimore's not the same team as they were last year. That's for sure.
They're not, and it has taken a long time for the line setters to realize they're not the same team, and the gamblers still think they are the same team.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. Last year, they covered a lot of games. This year, they're not nearly as good.
No, they're not. And I'm wondering if they still haven't really recovered from that devastating loss to Tennessee.
I think teams have figured out Lamar Jackson.
Oh, that could be it too. Is this his second season, or this is his third, right?
It's his third season.
But last year was his breakout season.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the savior of Baltimore. Nothing can save that city.
Nothing. You know what else? The New England Patriots suck this year.
Yeah, and it's funny being the Steelers fan on this podcast. I'm the one who is consistently picking against the Steelers. And if this wasn't Baltimore this week, I would probably take whatever Vegas put out there. But it's a rivalry. The line has moved a lot, so that means the Sharps are all over Pittsburgh, and I think a lot of that has to do with injuries. It has to do with COVID. It opened up at, I think, Pittsburgh -1.5, and it's at -5 right
I have
now.
this line opening at 4.5.
I had it open at -1.
On the Action Network, it opened at 4.5.
Okay. Vegas had it at -1.5. I got it at -3, which I was okay with at -3, but again, it's a rivalry. You never know. I don't like the game. I feel like I have to say Pittsburgh. I don't like that I'm saying Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you what. I love Pittsburgh in this game. I love Pittsburgh. I think Baltimore is, even at +5, I think they're overrated. I do not think they are as the same team they were last year. They have struggled all year, and they just keep kind of getting the benefit of the doubt week over week. And they haven't really looked good all year. They're just not the same team. And then I think, didn't they kind of get struck by COVID one week where they had a delay?
Well, there's that. And this week, I think Mark Ingram's out for COVID. And
We got a couple guys out.
Somebody else out. And that's why I think that's the main reason why the line moves so much.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh. I think that Pittsburgh, between Jacksonville last week, Baltimore this week, and next week they're at Dallas. No, that can't be correct. No, they've already played Dallas. Next week they play Washington. They're home against the Redskins. They've got like 3 or 4 easy games in a row where they're going to cover. They'll cover handily on this game.
And doesn't that make you wonder why they're 10-0 right now? I mean, if you look at their schedule, they have Cleveland, they have Philly, they have Houston, they have Dallas, they have Cincy. Like, these are all games that they should have easily won, and not all of them were that close.
Great,
I mean,
great. That Dallas game, that was a close one.
yeah,
Closer
Dallas is
than it
garbage.
should have.
Cincy's
Yeah.
garbage. Cleveland's
Yeah.
garbage. Philly's garbage.
To be honest, to be fair, Cincy was having a fairly decent run when they played them earlier in the season, and Joe Burrows was, this was his breakout. He was one of his early games, and
They played Cincy last week.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Not against the Jaguars the week before that, but yeah.
Yeah. I still say Pittsburgh is good, and I don't know why, and I know you're going to tell me to shut up as soon as I say it, Corey, but I don't know why people aren't talking about Big Ben and the MVP. He is having a fantastic season.
He is having a good year. I was a big doubter, I'll be honest, going into the season. Yeah, I feel like he should have retired last year or the year before. I hope that he can go out on a bang this year, at least making it to the Super Bowl. I don't know how many years he has left, and I feel like the Steelers need to invest some time and money into his replacement, because at some point that guy is going to fall apart like one of those rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah, I agree. And he's had some brutal injuries. So.
Yeah.
But I am also on Pittsburgh. So what, Mark and I are on Pittsburgh and you're on Baltimore?
No, I can't go against Pittsburgh. I want to root for him, so I'm going to say.
What's interesting is that your strategy for picking Pittsburgh games is so different than Mark's strategy for picking Green Bay games. Whereas I'm not sure it's possible for Mark to pick against the Packers.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Last week. Not this past week, or not last week, but the Jacksonville game. I picked Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did. You're right. But almost every week.
That was the only time. That was the only time, and it's the only time that I'll do it this year.
Well, we have this recorded, so I just want to make sure that we are.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Well,
I had a feeling.
Because almost every week, Corey picks against Pittsburgh.
Not
I know.
every week. I'm probably about 50%. I just know. I know.
I don't know. It's more like 75, I'd say.
I know what getting let down is like. I'm a Hokies fan as well. All right.
Speaking of Hokies, how did the Hokies do on Saturday? Did they lose to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Oh, or to Pitt. Yeah. Did they really?
Yeah.
Well, I think Michigan lost to Rutgers. Unless they had a really great comeback in the second half, I'm pretty sure Michigan lost.
It's been a year for the Hokies. We're not going to talk about that. Hopefully, Justin Fuente is going to get canned. There's some hot talk about that, and we'll probably hire Shane Beamer because Frank Beamer did such a great job after 1999 with our team.
Beamer ball. Yeah.
Yeah, that was sarcasm if you didn't.
I know it was. Okay, so we've got 3 people on the side of Pittsburgh. Now let's talk total here. The total opened at 45, and it has been bet all the way down to 44.5. And on this game, I like the over.
I think I can get on board with the over there. They both kind of had some high scoring games. They've all been in the 20s. Wins and losses, they've been right around there. It's close. If I had to pick, I'd probably take the over, and we're saying 44.5.
44.5, yeah. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I would lean towards the over on this one as well. It feels like 31-21 type of game to me.
I like that. I'm going to put that down. Mark's calling 31-21 Pittsburgh.
Nice.
All right. What else do we have to do to wrap up this pod?
Well, I'd just like to do a quick bonus game if you can get a line on. The Action Network does not have a line on the Green Bay game, but I would love to do the Chicago at Green Bay. Mark, do you remember the Thanksgiving we spent in Green Bay?
I do.
That was the year of Favre's giving, Fakesgiving, and Sakesgiving. So we had Thanksgiving with Brett Favre for Favre's-giving, and then the next day, Nine-Toe Joe made Thanksgiving dinner. Do you remember he didn't have enough food or plates?
I do. I did not eat.
So many of us did not even get to eat, but that was Fakesgiving. And then on Saturday, we had our own Sakesgiving for the sake of a good meal.
Which was delicious.
It was delicious.
Wow. But you had Thanksgiving with Brett Favre?
Well, we actually were at Brett Favre's Steakhouse for most of the day.
Yes.
We went to, it was a Thursday night game where Brett Favre was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame.
I believe that's what it was. It was either the Packers Hall of Fame or they retired his jersey number.
Oh, maybe
I
they
think
retired.
it was the Hall of Fame. I think it was the Hall of Fame.
We sat right behind the Chicago Bears bench. We were like on the 50-yard line in like the second row. And we heckled Jay Cutler the whole night.
As you should, regardless if you're whoever you're a fan of, even if you're a Bears fan.
Yes.
But just to be clear on the record that you did not actually have Thanksgiving dinner with Brett Favre.
We did not.
Okay.
No.
Just wanted to clear that up for everybody out there.
It would have been sweet, but
It would have been. That would have been.
He probably would have turned down your goddamn cranberries.
It would have been the best Thanksgiving ever, though, right? And Brett Favre would have loved my cranberries, and that sounds way dirtier than they expected.
Let's get into this Green Bay game. Thanks to the Action Network, call us. We do have a line. It's Green Bay is favored by 8.5 points.
jeez,
Ooh.
they got him at 8.5, huh? I seen it today. It was at 7.5, but
8.5. That's a big line.
yep, I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Of course you are.
Nice. 8.5. You know what? I'm going Green Bay as well. I'm going all in, big money, Green Bay. And the reason is because I just think there's no way that they're going to come back looking sloppy after the crap that they played like on Sunday against the Colts.
Plus, I think Mitchell Trubisky is starting.
Oh, really? Did they? What's going on with? What's the other Foles? What's going on with Nick Foles?
I don't know. I seen an article today that looks like they're gonna go with Mitchell Trubisky,
Nice.
which makes me happy.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a coin flip for me. That's a lot of points for
It is a lot of points.
the Packers, and the Bears have been surprising this season in terms of being able to at least kind of stick with who they're playing against. I'm going to be a jerk, and I'm going to go with the Bears.
You're not taking them on the money line, though.
No, I'm taking the points.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got for a total on that game?
I believe that was 45.5 points.
It's a Sunday night game.
I'm going under.
I like the under on that as well.
I'm going over.
Feels like a 28-3 type of game there.
28-3. Nice. All right. Well, it would not be a Thanksgiving podcast without a good old-fashioned round of what are you thankful for?
I'll let you go first, Corey.
I didn't know this was going to be a part of this podcast. So
I know. Now he's got it. This is where in most podcasts I would hold up this card.
and for everybody who can't see it, which is everybody, it says emotional moment and it has 2 hearts on there.
Yes, emotional moment. Although it does not have to be something emotional, Corey.
I'm just thankful that for me,
I'm thankful for me.
no, I mean, I am thankful for me. But for me, Thanksgiving is going to be relatively normal this year. Like, in fact, it's going to be 100% normal. We've never, like, I have a small family. We've never done big dinners, so it's not like anybody's missing out. There's going to be food. There's going to be booze. There's going to be football. Can't complain.
Nice. I am thankful that I didn't get the COVID this year. So I'm super thankful for that. And I am thankful that, I don't know, that things are not, things are good. Things are okay. I'm thankful.
And I'm thankful for, I'll piggyback off you. I didn't get COVID. I don't think anyway. Who knows? And thankful that I'll get to see some of my family for Thanksgiving, I guess. One member at least.
Outside of your wife and children.
Outside of my wife and children.
Yes. Oh, you know what else I'm thankful for? I'm thankful that despite how weird and crazy and stupid this year has been, that the 3 of us got to spend 24 fantastic hours in Las Vegas.
Yes, absolutely. I think about it all the time. I can't wait till next year. And we're doing, 48 next year, right?
You got it.
Yes. Yeah.
But we're going midweek again because that is the time to go.
Absolutely.
Vegas is still there.
Yes.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But hey, that was a great addition to our BizQuick podcast. And Mark, thanks for joining and giving us your insight and your picks.
No problem.
I'll post all of these for everybody to see so that we can emblazon these in history as somebody's going to go 6-0.
Yep. Also, there is, along with posting those, you'll post we did rank our top 3 favorite sides. Each of us did. So that'll be posted as well. And you on that story, you can see Mark's stuffing story.
Enjoy.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
Yeah, it was fun.
And thanks to all of our listeners and for everyone who has supported us throughout this year. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving.